Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm back. A little impromptu, few days away, I guess kind of a week away from uploading videos. But back now, gonna jump into a past life reading here with everybody. I'll give some time for you to kind of tune into which card, which group, which deck, which pile you're gonna be connecting with. This reading, I'm gonna tune into going back to a time where you can get some help to cut a cord. Reason being was, recently, sometimes this happens. We have people or situations that just come up again, it could be 10, 12 years later, and we're like, really? So I thought it'd be interesting to kind of dive back into the past lives, figure out why we haven't yet successfully cut that cord, and just get some clarity and insights and some help to finally do so. I am an organic reader, so you'll see me clearing the cards and getting the charms. If you don't want to hang out with me during that, use the timestamps below to jump to your card. So with that, I'll just put these aside, just so I know what order we're reading it. That's the card that drew us all together. For group number one, we'll get the decks out, and then of course we have the charms here. So getting into group one, what's the cord? So either to a person, could be a situation, like I was saying, something that you lived through, you went through, something you did, right? That for whatever reason we can't seem to live down, can't seem to get rid of, no matter how many changes we do, how many shifts in life maybe sometimes. So I'll just get a pile of cards here, and then I'll see how they want me to lay it out as we head back into a past life, head down a timeline here into the Akashic Records. Okay. Guided by your angels and souls energies. So let's see here, how do they want me to maybe group these? Okay, so a bit of a pattern here, so I'm going to leave it. Kind of have two pillars up here side by side next to the main card, interesting little kind of V. Maybe I'll move the camera down. And then we've got this kind of spill here, so maybe something is spilling forward, something you're bringing forward from lifetime to lifetime to lifetime. Maybe it has something to do with relationships, choices being made. That's usually what uprights are for me. So it's kind of an initial story here from just how the cards are laying out. Now let's see how the charms want to incorporate. I'll pause when I feel movement. And we'll just go back around. Oh, maybe no charms needed. Okay. Just got a few charms here, but mostly cards for this group. So let me take the timestamp for our friends, and then we'll jump in here. Okay. So the card that brought us all together down this path. So already we can see sort of looking back, right, to another time. Makes me feel like that Olympic Games, like back when the Olympic Games started, the disc thrower kind of stance. So I wonder if that's where we're going back to, that kind of time period, maybe that ancient area of the world. So Greece played a big role in ancient world. Sort of they're really drawing me into the discs here. So I'm definitely gonna pull us into that sort of Olympic Games period within the history. let's see what else here. So the pants here, the green pants, they're now pulling me into as well. I mean, I know Greece is a nice area of the world climate-wise, but for some reason I'm feeling like summer games. I don't know why they would play at another seasonality, but or maybe summertime. Maybe this cord that you can't cut keeps resurfacing during summertime, and maybe on a similar cycle as the Olympics. Our Olympics are every 4 years, right? Summer games are every 4, winter games every 4. I think the World Games maybe every 2, but maybe that's the cycle here, right? We kind of have a 1, 2, 3, 4 kind of coming towards you. Maybe it's like every 4 months, but there seems to be a habitual pattern to when this comes around again to you, this matter that you feel is, you know, you've been trying to settle. I wonder if I can get this to stand up. Doing a really awkward, bad job of this, but there we go, that works. Okay. So I wonder if it is relationship based, like you and a person. So it could be you and a teammate, you and a coach or manager like authoritative figure. Maybe you and a parent, an active parent, and sort of the growth, your growth in an area. But like I said, there's something that's resurfacing. So, you know, this could be, like I was saying in the intro, something you're trying to walk away with, right? An experience. Remember, aren't you the guy that fumbled the football in the last play of the game in high school, and you're like in your 40s and you're like, really, you're bringing this up again? It was high school, right? So why can't you cut that cord? So let's see here. I will come over here because I have been kind of motioning this way, and even when I was doing examples I was down over here. So with the charms, starting off with the charms, kind of stepping back, right? Little footprints here as our angels carry us back swiftly, right? Riding here on the broom. Hey, let's head back to this time period. Now it's interesting that we have Greek Olympic Games, and then like this witch character. These are very like mythical characters. Like in modern day world, we would look back but in this time period, this like witchcraft, practice of probably alchemy, right? Was probably in play at this time. Kind of get the feeling of like the sculpture again, sort of that stance, the disc thrower, pulling me back into the arts. Even have a nice little paintbrush here. So again, some nice connections here back to that kind of period and area of the world that we're going back to. Now in terms of the messages here of the charms, I don't know if I'm running out of breath with you guys. It's not like I came to the reading from running from somewhere. This is kind of like get outside, get back to it, finding your source of playfulness. And there's some encouragement here with the angel footsteps here, the supportive footsteps, but some encouragement to kind of, you know, they're looking the other way. Just do what you enjoy. Sort of a encouragement to maybe just ignore, though that's not easy. We're here to cut the cord, not just ignore it, right? So let's see, what can we do here? No, they want me to go back to the way they were. Okay. Well, I love seeing swords when I'm doing a reading about cutting cords, so that's good. Yeah, I definitely feel like this is a particular relationship scenario, relationship dynamic. Just kind of overwhelming over here with all the passion, sort of the cups full, cups empty, so like an unrequited love situation. You know, an ex that just won't go away, right? Even though you feel like you keep moving on, they keep popping up. You know, you're at the Olympic Games here 4 years later, and they're in the crowd waving at you like, oh, hi, and you're like, what the, why are you here? Right? And then there's like the encouragement here from the charms to like just turn the other way, right? Just go back to what makes you happy, which is playing your sport here, right? So definitely gonna see how we can cut this kind of bothersome person, even if they're not physically showing up. I mean, this could just be them popping on into your mind, right? Their energy is them thinking of you is causing you to think of them. And it's kind of like, let those thoughts pass, right? Let them be quick and fleeting. Just turn your cheek the other way. But I feel like this is some kind of, you were all in, they weren't, or they kind of made you feel like they were. Okay. I'm gonna come down here to our other charms here. So we have a choice, and they've taken out your Akashic Records notebook here, your history of past lives and the choices you've made, so the ripple effect. So I think I wasn't correct in the intro in terms of this is a recurring scenario that's even been carried forward. So this is a soul, this chord in particular would be a soul lesson that it looks like you're trying to conquer, or at least there's a feeling of intent of you trying to cut this cord multiple times and not succeeding for some reason, because there's your choice. Here's the history of your choice. You know, I walked away from them, I accepted them back, I never cut them out in the first place, I walked away from them right away, right? So let's peek back here at least 3 other times your angels here are bringing forward. So let's see what these 3 other previous outcomes were. Maybe there's insights and clarity here on how to do it. Let's start from the furthest back. Let's go all the way back, way back. Time number 1. Oh, I always flip this card around. I always want to make it look like it's drawing, like it's attracting. But it's this way. Okay. So way back, I definitely feel like maybe you were in kind of their shoes. I don't know why I feel like you're seeing multiple people playing the field kind of energy I'm getting here. Like multiple options, partners, versus staying true to just one here. Right, see they're sort of attracted into, but you're gladly presenting yourself here. You're purposefully, like it's a different stance. Here's very soft and casual, where here this is more look at me kind of stance. And you know, you brought this connection in, you attracted them in. So that was choice number 1. Choice or time, another time around. Kind of same thing, but look how you've multiplied now. Here you are as the sun, and they're all coming full steam ahead into you here. And it's multiplied, these kind of connections here. Sort of these on again, off again, non-committed, like none of them fully finish, right? None of them go the full distance with you or to you. Same colors as this unrequited love down here. So maybe that's when this lifetime it started. You started to feel the unrequited. tables turned on you, right? You were the one attracting, misleading. Now the tables turned. You started to be the one receiving the unrequited love. Okay. And then here's choice number 3, outcome number 3. Interesting. I like how you're wearing your choice on your hip. Very independent. I think maybe after, you know, maybe multiple lifetimes even. Maybe a pocket of lifetimes where you're dealing with the unrequited love. Maybe this is this lifetime, but here's this really profound decision you're wearing proudly on your hip of no. You know, I'm putting my foot down. I'm not going to stand for this. And it's a different stance here. You're still the sun. Look at you. You're still the sun. But instead of saying, hey, everybody come to me, it's more selective, right? You all wait back there, and I will choose you. This is the happier card in terms of the outcome, which doesn't surprise me because here you put yourself first, right? The decision was to put yourself first. I'm not going to stand for feeling like this. I also don't want to be the person that makes others feel like that. So I'm going to be selective. But you still have this energy, right? The colors, the purple, pinks, orange hues are still pulled through. So that's likely why in this lifetime you still have an unrequited love scenario. Like I said, it could be between you and a love relationship, or it could have been you and a boss, right? Just a companionship that you and a friend, right? You were kind of always giving in, all in, and not really getting equal back. And you're like, enough is enough. Okay, so where are they pulling us from here? So you put yourself first and stand by your decision. They keep drawing me back to you showing off your decision. So that's being vocal, that's standing by it, that's sticking to it, right? The way he's just casually looking back at her, waving, but he's not walking towards her, sticking by the decision. I'm gonna stay here and play my sport. Okay. So Magician. Reinforcing the magical properties and powers of a decision, right? Being able to be the master of our outcomes. Changing of your future. Now, one thing I have learned, or I was at least taught, when our crystals split, that means that they have been used, right? They absorbed all the negative energy, they cut the cord, right? The energy, the connection between the two of you have been split. So they're showing you that you do have the power to manifest this. You do have the power, and maybe you're currently doing it. You know, maybe it's currently in the works right now. If this is the decision you made, if that's the state you're in, the status you're in, as it relates to your scenario, you're going to be cutting the cord. It started. If you're in one of these pockets, you kind of know where you need to go to successfully crack and break that. You know, this person won't be coming around, popping up in your thoughts. You know, you won't see them in a crowd randomly somewhere. You won't happen to be on vacation in the same destination randomly. Now I like how they keep using the sun here with you. This nice, beautiful, round, right, brilliance, who you are. You know, you're hugging your decision, your soul, your energy, your essence to your hip. And then here you are wearing it proudly, right? Confidence in your decision. Again, just turning the cheek, just looking away. Really, I feel like this cutting the cord is as simple as just ignoring them, right? Don't even give them attention. they wave at you, just pretend that they're waving at somebody else in the crowd, right? Unfortunately, sometimes a hard absence of acknowledgement is what's required, but I just feel like you're just kind of ignoring and sitting in your happiness, right? She's looking over her shoulder down at all of her wealth and abundance in life, everything that you have now, all these gold medals from the games you played, right? Wearing the crown, sitting on your rainbow on top of her world. So just kind of stay in that space. You've got the power and the magic to do so. Some of you are already almost there, and others, I think probably most of you are sitting in this pocket because they made me put the decisions, the record, your history of the decision here of giving in, right? But there's a different approach to doing it. Kind of look at her holding the wand instead. This is the energy I'm attracting, and everybody else can fall to the wayside, right? Say bye-bye. So that's interesting. So a little visit to Greece, to ancient times where, you know, maybe you were a pro athlete or, you know, at least someone popular and social enough to attract attention. And then of course have a bit of a fan situation here, right? Popularity. And how do you navigate yourself when, you know, you're highly sought after, or, you know, how do you shift the power dynamic? How do you see real love versus the false, right? The misleading love, the unrequited love. It looks like you'll be able to do it. You've already done it. So, you know, look at you casually, the casual champion, right? Fully healed, solid-footed. You know the decision you need to make, and you're gonna own it, right? You're gonna own it proudly here. Okay, we'll move over to group 2. So maybe I'll just prepare the card. I have to move it down a little bit. So if you're also attracted to group 2, welcome. We'll see what other chord we can help you cut. So we'll get the deck. Okay. All right, so group 2. Let's see what person or situation you're having difficulty cutting the cord with. And in this lifetime, you want to change that course. So we're going to go back in the past. Let's see what we can learn. Okay, interesting shuffle there. Kind of loud, sticky. Like kind of a big show of it. Like these aren't even really big cards, and yet I felt like it was just kind of overwhelming. not a very not a tight shuffle. I don't know how else to explain it. It just felt like bigger than necessary. Maybe that's the situation here, is something has gotten out of control and you've walked away, or you want to walk away, and everybody else keeps holding on to it, right? You know, something that was probably, in your opinion, in my opinion, small and insignificant, something that everybody should have moved on from by now, but haven't yet, or maybe just too many parties involved. So I'm just seeing here how the cards want to fall for you. So far we got like an interesting line, and then we've got these two that are pairing off. So I don't usually like not having the charms on camera. Okay. So 3 across the bottom, 2 together and 1 up here. Oh, it kind of feels like a crowd like surrounding a couple, or like this is the scenario and this is all the external observers who have opinions, have their perspective. These are the ones who can't let go, and you're like, what the heck, you weren't even part of it, right? They're not part of it. I'm kind of getting that already here from the energy. So let's see what charms, if any, they want to add to the cards. I'm just pausing because there's definitely movement. Oh, came out the back side there. I think they're just moving those out of the way. Here it comes. There we go. Okay. Okay. So just clean up. Wow, this keeps keeps jumping away. So somebody doesn't want to change their perspective on something, whoever this individual might be. Interesting how so you got like two hearts connected, right? And they're pointing up to the situation here. This could be jealousy, envy, maybe. Okay. Just gonna take the timestamp for our friends that join us now, and then we'll jump into it here. Okay, the card that brought us all together, heading back into this past life. They're definitely immediately drawing me into the samurai sword like design here and the fashion, more so than the individual. And these paper lanterns, which I know is part of Asian culture, releasing them into the sky here with the beautiful fireflies, kind of this beautiful guide, right, that's met us at the Akashic Records, sort of this path. They're going to light the path for us here as we head down. So I feel like we're heading into some kind of Asian kind of region. I don't know if there's an area that's more prominent with like rice fields, but for some reason I kept getting the word rice. Okay, maybe you're a rice farmer. So maybe this is like a two farms, two families kind of dynamic, which we see a lot, especially in like Western history films. We see families battling over land, territory. So maybe this is you and in-laws, or, you know, battling within siblings. I don't know. Maybe you have a big family. Okay, let's see, where do we want to start here? Let's start with the glasses that kept running away from us. So my glasses are all about clarity, being willing to change your perspective, or stop making excuses. So the saying, wearing rose-colored glasses. So instead of seeing things how we want to see them, seeing things for reality, how things are actually transpiring. So a lot of that has to deal with like our best work to strip out like emotions, right? To any kind of bias or preconception. That's really hard to do. That's a difficult task to do. Look, some more farming imagery. This deck isn't all about farming, so and I know this type of cow as well. I believe I've seen in Asian culture, sort of this longer curly horn. They decorate them. Philippines, Vietnam, maybe. Okay. Now this card's quite happy and content. I mean, even the two cows here that are staring at me pretty pretty directly. You know, they got their eyes here locked on me, but there's like this beautiful happiness here. I don't know. Are you having a difficulty finding the silver lining in a situation? I wonder if this is a situation where you can't cut the cord, but you need to change your perspective on it, right? Not everything we can walk away from. Some things are meant for us, right? If this is meant for you, it's changing the approach, changing the outlook, changing your mindset. Okay. We'll just continue down across the bottom here, I think. We have some good luck and kind of quick change, or incoming news, incoming person. This is a courier, so it's a package, a person, a quick change, kind of picking up and going. But there's good favor, there's good luck with this change. There's good luck, good favor that comes with this news, right? It's delivering good luck to you. Delivering good favor with a change in perspective. Yeah, eye on the prize, bullseye. You know, I'm trying to get the saying right in my head before I say it out loud, but what do you say? Like it's something that you know so well that you can do it, like blindfolded, hand tied around my back, standing on one foot. Like, you know, when we kind of over exaggerate the ease of this. Ease. I don't know if you feel like you're really struggling with this, but so far everything is very calm and comfortable, very easy, right? So easy for her. One shot, blindfolded, done. Good luck, eye on the prize. I'm going for it, right? She's gonna go for it. Are you a shy person? Like, are you not chasing a job promotion? Are you not chasing a person? Like, are you not telling your crush that you like them? Are you not saying that you want to stay somewhere, right? Maybe somebody wants you to move and you're like, no, I'm happy here. Right? Because they're lighting the way. They're shedding light here on something. You're content. It's easy. This is what I want. Content and easiness. Incoming good luck. Kind of this farming past that you had here. Kind of a laborer. Look at the strength in you, right? Like, we always equate such strength to anybody who, you know, works on a farm or is in some kind of labor-intensive employment, right? And here you are, but there's such a nice, easy calmness to you. It's your happy place. Okay. So we have my pair of flip-flops. So this is sort of a push, encouragement to ask for help. And then we had the arrow pointing up, right? So your loved ones are saying ask for help, and they're pointing in what direction. So maybe don't do it by yourself. Maybe you feel like it's easier alone, and they're saying no, partner up. So let's see here. Solo, solo, solo. Do we think there's somebody else in this card with you? No, solo. Well, no. Look at him getting ready. I don't know if you're about to shoot your soulmate in the heart here, right? But you're like, I got this. And he's like, well, I'm prepared too. I'm a good shot too. I can help. You know, let me help you out here. Incoming good favor, good luck is maybe incoming help, right? An incoming connection. Are you going to see it though? Glasses. Are you going to see it? Or are you too independent spirited? Is that the life lesson here? Did you tough it out? Did you open yourself up to love? I'm just pointing this up so you remember that I was pointing up. Okay. So we've got a partner in crime here, someone else that's kind of your match in skill, right? Match in energy. You're both kind of have a similar calm but strong stance. You're focused. You're both focused. Slightly different area, slightly different terrain. Maybe it's a look elsewhere. Maybe that's what you had to do here, right? You had to go out and explore. You got off the farm and you found your match. Okay, yeah, look at that. Right? Look at the partnership here. Look at you allowing him to work with you. Look at what you're planting. This could be a business partner, right? This could be a financial backer. It's someone who's like emotionally supporting you, but your energy, right? Look how well balanced you are. You're equally matched. Beautiful heart coming off the 2 shells here. So you have similar goals in life, similar visions, similar understanding, right? Similar energy here. You found them once, you'll find them again. I feel like this guy's just like whistling along here, right? Again, easy, easy, easy. This relationship is going to be so easy for you. But I feel like the other person lights the way, right? Just like the guardian here that welcomed us into the past life. Helps to light part of the way. Helps you see what you're not seeing yet, right? What you're not seeing yet. Oh, and you manifest them. So that's the answer. Well, where are they? Well, you manifest them into being. You manifest crossing paths. She's out there drawing, right? So the positive intention you have whenever you're out doing a task, even if it's like at home doing something in the yard, or maybe it's just the walk from the elevator to your doorway, but right, you never know who you're going to meet. You never know what that 2-minute elevator chatter is going to lead to. So just keep the positive thinking. I like how it reminds me of that calligraphy brush as well from Asia, right? When they do the beautiful lettering that they have. They use those nice soft brushes with the black ink. So if you could manifest it in this lifetime, you're going to manifest it again in this lifetime, right? It's possible. Lighting the way for you. We're going to show you what is possible. But it's your intention. Positive, right? She's smiling. Positive intention. Manifesting it into being. Change in perspective, right? Positive, positive. And they're there. Be willing to see them. Willing to welcome them into a partnership. You can both be independent spirits, right? You're an equal match. Independent spirit. He's out here whistling, planting away. He's happy. He's cool. He's cool. You're out with the cows and he's down in the field. So, group number 2, your equal companion. So like I said, love relationship. So soulmate, partner, friend, whatever it is. Possible. Possible for you to manifest. You've done it before. Okay. Little trip to Asia. That was nice. Asia. I'm just going to make a note about rice fields maybe. That kept coming up in my head. Or at least farming, right? We see the cows here. Okay. So let's switch over to card 3 now. So if you weren't drawn to card number 3, thank you. I'll see you at the next past life reading. Hopefully you've going to manifest your perfect mate here, your perfect match. Okay. Get our card number 3. Cards keep getting bigger, so I might have to adjust the camera here a little bit. I just need to push it up. There we go, using brain cells. Okay. And the deck. There we go. All right, so everybody drawn to card number 3 here. We're going to head into the past. catch up with your angels and your soul energies, see where we're headed, see what chord it's possible to kind of cut. The last group, the chord that they were cutting was independence, or just kind of doing it solo and finding that companion, the right kind of partner for whatever their solo act scenario was. So we'll just see what your group is. And group number 1, kind of also about a relationship. It was just kind of something that kept reoccurring, and we learned what were the outcomes of previous lifetimes where they made decisions to get some clarity and support on how to make a decision this time around. Okay, so let's see, how do the cards want to play out here? Okay, that's interesting. Each group has had 2 cards that have come out and wanted to be kind of grouped together like this. And they were sort of the main scenario cards, so we'll go with it. Oh, we got a bit of a cascade over here. Another pairing down here. Okay. Once we get the charms, I'll move these around about. Straight across, up, and nicely kind of balanced up here. Okay. Seeing what kind of initial impressions. What's the situation, or where are we going in the world? I'll pause when I feel the charms moving. I don't know if I can get all the charms on camera so you can see them when they move. Oh, there we go. Just waiting for this third one to come down. There we go, okay. Just do another pass. No movement, okay. I don't know why I'm so quiet with you guys. Okay. Just gonna move those out of the way for room here. That's interesting. Jumping for joy. Almost looks like a little proposal, like a proposal finally happened. And she's like, oh my God, yes. And then we've got a little choice down here. Okay. All right, let me just take the timestamp and then we'll get into the card here. All right, the card that brought us all together. Where are we headed? So I'm really, I'm kind of curious, the 2 hummingbirds down here. I want to peek into her hands. I don't know if you felt that right away, but the guardian here, the past, is kind of drawing us into, look into my hands. When we watch shows and they blow fairy dust into your face, put you to sleep, sort of that magic. So it's like the guardian here is gonna blow this beautiful powder into our face, and that's how we're traveling into the past here, kind of this beautiful fairy dust. Fairies. I wonder why I keep getting fairies with her. What culture really leans into fairies? I wonder if we're going to, I don't know, maybe Irish Isles here, Ireland, Scotland. I feel more maybe Ireland. Okay. Some kind of pixie dust. It's gonna take us into the past here. Heading into an area and a time period as well where belief in fairies would have been really strong. So paying tributes, leaving food, bread, drink. I know that was an act in some cultures, you know, to appease the mischief, I think it was, right? Show gratitude, to kind of keep their retribution at bay. So interesting here. So going back to kind of fairies, Ireland. Okay, let's start up here. Nope, okay, I can't even pick up the cards. All right, we won't start there. Let's start at this choice. Okay, yeah, picked it up, no problem. Okay. Well, of course, cutting a cord is a choice, so I'm not surprised that each past life here was focusing in on the ripple effect of having made this choice, or having to face this choice of this particular cord cutting, this particular situation, scenario. So you've done it before. So here we go. We're going to see two different outcomes from this choice before. Okay. Well, I'm going to say both times before when you made the choice, you have a beautiful outcome. You know, you've got shooting stars on this side that are like fireworks, you know, zipping any which way. You know, kind of crafting your own destiny. You can take any kind of route that you want, but you're still achieving success. So kind of like the Midas touch kind of feeling. And then over here, look at her holding up her horseshoe, right? Her receptacle. And then not only is she filling her receptacle here of good luck and abundance, she's pouring it down onto herself and then down onto the world below her. So being able to, as you're rising, you're giving more and more, you're touching more, you're giving more, your positive output is growing. I wonder why you're struggling on whether or not you should cut this cord if both times before there's this beautiful outcome. I wonder if it's self-doubt, because she's allowing you to peek inside. She's allowing you to peek back at these two other lifetimes where you were so successful, so amazingly successful. Like even this first card, this card is like appearing on the top list of whatever, right? The top 50 of 50, the Fortune 100, the bestsellers list, all of that. Everything you can dream of and more. It's kind of pouring out of you here. Maybe the decision's difficult. Maybe you have to give something up to receive this much in order to give back. Do you give up time? Do you give up country? I don't know. Right? It could be Doctors Without Borders, right? You're giving up your home country to help out in another. But like I was saying, we have this beautiful celebration over here. We have the cheerleader that's celebrating, jumping for joy. We have the teddy bear gifting flowers. This is new friendship, new connection, forgiveness. It's more celebration, so not so much forgiveness, but sort of this like I say, it could be a promotion, right? It could be maybe you give up having a family for a career path, right? It could be choosing to be an opera singer, but she doesn't have children, right? Sort of scenario I'm getting here. So she's receiving the applause and the recognition of her talent, her gift, but she had to give up family because she's all by herself here. But I don't know. There's this beautiful joyfulness, happiness. Even if you did give up something here, you're so overwhelmed with happiness and joy in other areas. So it's almost like I don't know if you're facing the opportunity here of, are you going to cut the cord to this life path possibility? Maybe you've enjoyed it right? More than once already. You've enjoyed this independent or more independent lifestyle where you truly succeed and are still able to give back and have a sense of community. But I do feel sort of solo-ish here. Are you going to give that up for a completely different life story? Which is fine. If you've enjoyed something again and again and again, why not try something new? Try something different. Okay. Yeah, look how much bigger this is. Wow. Right now we've really zoomed out. Got the whole world here. Magic, creation, a blank canvas behind you. Sort of this magic to create. Yeah, I feel like this group, maybe you came into this reading not really having a specific chord in mind. Like, what chord would I cut? And your little pixie here, your little magical fairy, your godmother, godfather fairy here, letting you know, well, you know, you've been very successful in past lifetimes. Why not choose something completely different? Use this lifetime to do something, like make a 180 in life. Strike out on a new path. You'll still be successful at it. There's this, right? The celebration, this new friendship, this newness, this new start. So it's not so much cutting a cord as so much as you already have a blank canvas. Maybe you've already successfully cut it. So now what are you going to do? Okay, what's possible? Now will they let, oh yeah, look at that. Look how easy I picked those up this time. Look at that, future right off the bat. Star seer, future, visionary, climbing up the ladder. I usually get this card when your soul is kind of leveling up. Look at your soul watching you. You're fully supported here by your God fairy, like I was saying, your guardian angel. Encouragement, reach for that next star. You've hit a milestone here, I would say, in lifetimes, right? You've been so strong in communicating with self. So probably an older soul, a wiser soul. So really it's, you can do anything message. So, you know, let's see if you do anything. What are you going to do in this lifetime? You can do anything and be successful at it.